Now we're going to jump into the forest again, but this is from another side. We come from above. So welcome to I've got the name.
Mauritz.
Mauritz. So AirForestry.
Thank you.
I'm grown up in the forest, and I find this amazing. Just you know.
This is actually a bit crazy. We are AirForestry, and we are currently in full grit mode to develop electric airborne drones to harvest trees. That is in order to make forestry planet positive, but also enable the forest as a resource for renewable materials. My name is Mauritz Andersson. I'm the co-founder and CTO. I'm also a physicist, so I understand the world in equations. And this is really fundamental to the business of AirForestry, energy efficiency. So this shows you how the energy efficiency of an airborne drone scales with the size of the rotor and the size of the payload. Double the rotor size and you can lift 4 more times the lift with the same efficiency. So this is our core insight. Flying is actually energy efficient. Of course, the other core why we do this is the climate crisis. And we need to not only electrify everything, basically, we also need to find ways to sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, as we heard from Thomas here. And forest is one important part of this. If we can do forest management a bit more better, specifically do thinning operations to make the forest grow better and be more resilient to fires, this is key. But the way thinning is done today is not exactly sustainable. It's actually a bit crazy. The real craziness here is to take these 100-kilo trees using 20 tons machines. That causes damage to the forest and the ecosystems, and also you have to drive on the ground and you destroy the roots and you destroy the trees that are supposed to stand there and grow. And you also need to take out about 20% of the trees just to be able to access the other ones that you want to thin out. So we will try to revolutionize this, and there will be a video in the end, but this is our system. We have a drone. It's a 6-meter drone. It's a big drone. It is unique in the sense that it has 6 rotors that are all tilted in different directions in order to make it able to be really agile and at the same time lift about 200-kilo payload. And we are proper Deeptech. We do everything here, all the hardware, all the electronics, all the software, in order to make the system really efficient. Underneath the drone, we have another device, which we call the harvesting tool. That's also a robot. Very efficient and lightweight. It's 60 kilo instead of half a ton on traditional machines. This is another reason why we are energy efficient. The other thing is that we want to provide a cozy work environment, and we really believe to have humans in the loop. This is not supposed to be a remote back office operation. We need people on the ground to be able to understand the forest and interact with the forest owners. And the cool thing, one of the things that really makes this scalable is that we are all terrain, all seasons. We will be able to there to operate when it's the best time for the forest. And this core insight of energy efficiency now is proven. We can show that we are using only half of the energy per tree that we take out compared to the heavy machinery, the traditional ones. Furthermore, we are 100% electric, battery driven, so we can use renewable energy for that also. And circling back to the climate crisis, our initial tentative estimates actually shows that if you manage the forest with our technology, in Sweden, you can sequester about 20 million tons of CO2 per year, additional. And that is about half of the Sweden domestic emissions today. So this has a huge potential, and especially if you think about it in the global perspective. And on top of that, you include the way, if you manage the forest, you can also mitigate the forest fires, which is a cause for 7 gigatons global emissions. So there are many reasons to do this. But of course, this is all thanks to the amazing team and my co-founders Olle and Caroline, but also the rest of the team, which is kind and competent and are able to pull this off. And we have our own facilities in Uppsala, where we can have a perfect environment to both develop and build and test our drones and our harvesting tools. And we also have a field office, of course. We should be in the forest, and that is amazing sometimes in the spring, also cold sometimes in the winter. But we do it, we grit on and to make this happen. So thank you for that, and join us. And now I'll show some video, hopefully. So the drone flies out with the tool hanging underneath and can do this with precision. Attached to a treetop, the tool grabs onto the treetop and the limbs, just using gravity actually. And then cuts off the tree with an electric saw, of course, grabs the tree and lifts it up, lifts the entire tree trunk up and flies it to the roadside. So we do exactly the same. The end result is the same as today's process. The food ends up at the roadside. And now for an update video, so if you have that also, the latest iteration of our harvesting tool. This is our newest version of the tool. Here we test it in order to do parallel development. We test it from a crane. It's very highly controlled and starting to be almost automatic now. Fall down, delimb, cut, lift up, and lift out. Works in winter conditions also. And since you might ask, yes, the drone can fly in cold weather also, actually a bit better. Minus 25 degrees, we have already demonstrated. So thank you.
Jonas, what was the lifting capability?
It's optimized for 200 kilo. 200 kilo. So we can carry the payload of the harvesting tool and additional trees.
How much?
Of course, there's no limit. That's not the limit, as you understand. It also has maneuvering capability on top of that.
That was a quote. Thank you so much.
Thank you.